Hey, good morning, everybody. John here with FMP Wargamers, and this is our FMP morning show. Hope everybody is having a safe quarantine, isolation, shelter in place, whatever your area is saying to do. Even if it's not, unless you really need to be out and about, just be smart and stay in. I mean, whether you're a badass and you're like immune to everything or whatever, or you're not showing any symptoms, whatever, just go ahead and take the extra precautions like the absolute rest of us are doing. Well, the smart ones are doing. And so we're going to cover a couple things today, as usual. Just a couple announcements. Last week, I think it was last Thursday, I did a show. It was a lengthy show, I'll admit, but it was a lot to cover. I covered the Ultramodern 5, 5th edition Redux. It's an RPG using the mechanics for Dungeons and Dragons, but with modern sci-fi, steampunk, atom punk, diesel punk, whatever in mind. And I think I did a pretty good job. At least I hope I did. Give it a look over. It's on our. You can check it out on our channel here on Twitch, or you can find us over on YouTube. Especially on YouTube, jump over. I really appreciate both, but jump over on YouTube, give it a like, leave a comment. I left the description for or the link to get it at Drive Through RPG. As I mentioned in the video, due to the coronavirus and COVID-19, all that jazz stuff going on, there's going to be a delay in that book being shipped here to the US. The final version is heading to the printers this week, so they're going to be probably about a month or two behind because of everything happening. Just like a lot of new items being produced, there's going to be a slowdown. But in the meantime, you can at least get the digital version, which I believe is $19.99 on Drive Through RPG. It is a very beefy book. It's a little bit over 400 pages, and that's why that video is about 90 minutes long. So just be prepared. Let's see. Grandpa just said, I work for a company considered essential, so I'm not quarantined. No, well, just be safe, sir. Just wash your hands. Don't let people touch your face or lick it or whatever whatever it is you do there. Before I get into Games Workshop news, I want to cover some Atomic Mass game stuff, and this does tie into Games Workshop and really the game industry altogether because of this whole incident that's going on. Adepticon was canceled. We've talked about that, and you've probably read it enough times in your Facebook feed or other shows, so I'm not going to dwell on that. But because of that, a lot of these companies like Death Ray Designs, TT Combat, Atomic Mass Games, I think Secret Weapon Miniatures, a bunch of others that would be attending. Creature Caster, one of our sponsors, actually, our partner. Sorry, not sponsor, but a partner. They're going to be revealing stuff throughout the next week or two, in conjunction with when Adepticon would be going on. So we will still be getting all those awesome sneak peeks and leaks and everything. All those new releases will be coming out, and a lot of these companies from the little bit of industry and insiders on a couple of the companies are saying that some of those event exclusive miniatures that they were going to be putting out, or tokens, doodads, whatnot, they are going to be making those available. So if you have a favorite game or game company and you're pretty sure that they were, or for a fact they were going to be putting some sort of Adepticon show only product out this year, now they can't, just take a look at their website, follow their Facebook pages, and just be prepared, because probably this week, maybe next week, they're probably going to reveal how they're going to get those out there. Now, currently, the organizers for Adepticon are still working out to see different methods to see if they can still have Adepticon this year. It's only a chance. They're working out the logistics, and as I've said before, I run a very small, about a 300 person, the Warzone Houston, along with my partner Alan, once a year. And I'm telling you, the logistics for just 300 people is very, very difficult, very frustrating. And I could only imagine when you have 10,000 plus people. I'm not sure exactly the numbers. I want to say around 24,000 people attend Adepticon. I could be wrong on that number, but it's nowhere near the level of Gen Con. But for them to try to find the right price, find the location that can handle it, even if they stay at the Renaissance Hotel where they were for the past few years, there's a lot that they have to take into account. So just be patient. We still might get an Adepticon this year and get early releases for everything. So, it's a bad thing that's happening, but we could get some cool things out of it. So just be patient with all your game companies, your publishers, whatnot, and your conventions. So before I also go into the game news, I also want to talk about there's a little bit of a growing movement, definitely here in Texas. A lot of the Texas organizations, the Texas tournament circuit or championship circuit, sorry, TCC, has essentially are working on a league for playing in your local area at your friend's house, whatnot. Buy or player beware, do it at your own risk, and reporting the games and whatnot. So you're not getting in big groups of 10, 20, 30, whatever. You're playing local games and you're sending those results in at the end of a time period, and then you get matched up later on with other people, that sort of thing. Also, people are switching over to Tabletop Simulator. I think you can still get it on Steam. And I'm trying to get, I know our local team, the FN Pro, have been working rigorously on making it very nice and streamlined. They're adding in a whole bunch of mods for objective markers, all that kind of stuff. As soon as I have some information on that, I will get that sent out to you guys. So if you want to participate, playing against, doing some competitive Warhammer 40K while you're not supposed to be doing GTs and stuff with like 30 or anybody over 10 people, this will be a very cool thing. And I don't think Tabletop Simulator costs anything. Don't quote me on that, but it's something to look into. So once I have some information, we'll get it up on the Facebook page, and I might talk about it again on Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, I'm going to be doing, it'll be an evening show. I believe it's at 7 or 8 p.m. I got to check my schedule. I'm going to be covering the Tales from the Loop RPG. And the reason why I'm definitely covering this RPG, first off, it's won a lot of awards when it first came out. It is a very solid game. Great for families, great for friends, great just to try something vastly different than any type of gaming that you've ever done with RPGs. The other key part here is that comes April 4th, I want to say, it might be a little bit later after April 4th, the Tales from the Loop TV show on Amazon Prime is coming out. So I'm going to get this RPG review out there so you can take a look at it. Maybe even snag it up. You can get it on Drive-Thru RPG for as a download, or your local store is probably going to be carrying it because that TV show is coming out. There's going to be a surge in popularity. And the previews, you can look at it online on YouTube. Everything looks very RPG accurate. So just check out Tales from the Loop, the trailer, and then watch the show on Wednesday, and we'll talk about it. Grandpa says, is the sim a good starting point for beginners? I have not used the sim yet, but from what I understand, it is very user friendly. So once you figure out the mechanics of clicking on units, moving them forward, the dice apps, all that kind of stuff, I believe it is user friendly. I don't think you have to be a rocket science to use the Tabletop Simulator for Warhammer 40,000. In fact, before I put up that information on our Facebook page and the links, and I'll try to get that for the Wednesday show, I'll try to have it here on the channel, and I'll put it in the description so you guys will be able to click on it from there too. I'll talk to the team and say, hey guys, if people are, if our followers are wanting to join in, what are some tips? Is it user friendly? Is it beginner friendly? Is there a particular server that you guys are all playing on? What's the best way for them to interact with you and play against you? That sort of thing. I'll get all that information for you. I just wanted to get it in your brain pans right now so you can be downloading it, tinker with it, and then when I have that information in the next day or two, pop it up, and you guys could get involved with a lot of these. I'll be honest, there are several people that I've seen, like Nick Rose, Nick Nata, not a, I can never pronounce his name, Natavanti, are the FN Pro team, the Redacted up in Dallas, a lot of these pro players that travel around the U.S. and the world. We have a couple guys that travel around the world to play games. They're on there. So if you want to compete against people that are very knowledgeable and this is their hobby, then we'll see what we can do to make that happen. All right, enough running my sock about all the news, all those updates, which that's what I'm here for. First, I'm sorry about the blurriness of this picture I'm about to put up for the Marvel Crisis Protocol game. I am going to be talking about Games Workshop stuff. We've got AOS and 40K to talk about, but first, I want to get this image up. The Atomic Mass Games has their Twitch feed where they're always showing painting videos. They showed the latest upcoming model that's going to be coming out. It's very hard to read, so I apologize profusely. Well, not too hard to read, I should say. It's just a bit of a pain in the butt because of the size of the, when I try to do screen captures, it was very blurry. So as soon as I can open it on my screen so I can see it. There we go. All right, so Gamora, she's very healthy, 5 points, 5 health, so really 10 when you flip her to the damage side. She's got the long range movement, so that's awesome. Size 2. She costs 4, so she's a little beefy. She's got well-rounded defenses. She has the Godslayer. This is her basic strike. Doesn't cost anything. She gets to roll 6 dice. She generates energy or power whenever she does for each point of damage she does. If this attack does deal damage, after the attack is resolved, that character starts bleeding. So that means until they take an action to stem the blood or stop the flow of blood, they're going to continuously take damage. Cosmic Assassin costs 4 power, range 3, 6 damage, or 6 dice damage. Pierce, change one of the defending characters' or basically successes to a blank, so it's not a success. Rapid Strike, after the attack is resolved, you can make an additional Cosmic Assassin attack without paying the power cost. And it must target another character within range 2. This doesn't generate another one. So that's actually really, really awesome, especially when you get a lot of characters, or a lot of these games that we're seeing, and this is a very competitive game. You'll see people will usually pair up a couple characters because they work well. They got a great synergy, and they've got some cards and abilities that play off of each other. Assassin's Leap, it's her superpower, costs 2. The this character is thrown, so basically she can do an extra little movement, a short range movement. If this character collides with another character or terrain feature, this character does not suffer damage. It may be used once per activation, so that's a quick little sprint forward. You can just basically burn this power to get a quick movement to get in range of your close combat attacks. She has a reactive power, Martial Prowess, costs 2. When this character is targeted by an attack within range 2, it may use the superpower. Instead of rolling dice equal to its defense, it rolls 5 defense dice. If this character suffers no damage from the attack, after the attack is resolved, the attacker suffers damage. So that's actually good. She goes from being a 3 defense to a 5 defense dice. And you can actually, if you're successful, you can do damage. That's pretty awesome. And her last thing, this is her innate ability, Deadliest Woman in the Galaxy. When this character makes an attack, it may change one of its dice rolls to a hit for each wild in the attack roll. That's weird. Or is that not a hit? That is. Oh, that's not a hit. That's a critical. So if you make it a critical, that means you get to roll another dice. That's actually really cool. All right, sorry about that. I just wanted to show you guys that character. Her flip side is the same thing. She just is just on her damage side. So she's gonna be probably the best right now, the best Guardians of the Galaxy. So let me switch off that. Let's get on to Games Workshop news. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cover their latest news that you guys could obviously read, but I'm going to, before I get to the end, we're going to cover some of the sneak peeks, some of the rumors that are out there for the Saga of the Beast. There's a lot of information flowing around. Some of it is straight up legit, some of it's not. I tried to collect all the most accurate information I could. Most of it's coming from Nights at the Game Table in Austin, Texas. I got some from Spiky Bits, so I'm not too sure about it, and some from Goonhammer. So once again, you'll have to treat it all as rumors because we never know until we have the book in front of us or we see screenshots of the actual rules. Excuse me as I drink some coffee. So the first thing we're going to cover real quick is if you have, or maybe you'll get it after this, the Black Library app. They are, this week, they're running, basically, I think they're about, yes, Blessed Coffee. They are running, it's 99 pence, I think, but it comes out to probably about $1.25, maybe $2 at most, because you never know what GW's markups, but full audiobooks. Their first one that they are releasing this week on the app, the Black Library audio app, sorry, not their not a book app, but the audio app, is I Am Slaughter, Book 1 of the Beast Arises series by Dan Abnett. That book is available, well, right now for about $1. That audiobook's about $1.25, maybe. I think that right now the exchange rate's about $1.15 ish, but you never know. They might have actually a flat rate, so just be aware that it's going to be around $1 to $2 for the audio. Excuse me, that coffee went down the wrong tube. Anyway, so they're going to be doing that for basically at least a week. It looks like that the next week you can get so for the next couple weeks, they're going to be giving you a new audiobook. And over the next couple months, really, that looks like right now that we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books at least. So at least the next 5 weeks, there is a free, or not free, but I would say almost free audio book. So give it a try. I mean, come on, we're all stuck at home or we're doing these long drives, whatever. What's $2 for a full book? All right, and I doubt they're going to be the same series, guys. Good morning, Nam. I doubt they're going to be the same books. I don't think you're going to get probably The Beast Arises 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through, I think 8, 9, 10. I don't remember how many is in it. So, more than likely, they're going to give you the first of a bunch of books and then a couple maybe standalone books just to get you hooked so you can go and buy the rest of the books and be happy. So, all right, other news here. Let's continue on. If you've been wanting to watch some of the stuff for Warhammer TV, painting videos, hobby hangouts, that sort of thing, even some of the battle reports, you can jump on and watch it on Twitch for free. You just go to their page, follow the link, and just watch it. I mean, you should be able to watch it for free anyways. If you're an Amazon Prime member, if you are not using your Amazon Prime membership to get a free, give us a free subscription, you can also be doing that for Warhammer TV. You just have to follow the links on Twitch to get your free thing. All right, I'm not going to go too much into that because, I mean, that's nothing totally new. So here's the thing I definitely want to talk about. Coming up on Friday, or not Friday, on the 28th, which is Saturday, and then the following Saturday, the 4th of April, the live blog is going to start happening, and it's going to happen in two ways, and they were very nice to put up on the preview page, and of course, we are going to be covering this live. Now, at so here Central time at 8:45 a.m. on Friday, they are going to, or on Saturday, they're going to be doing they're going to be doing a live stream for Warhammer TV. 15 minutes later, they're going to start a live blog on the Warhammer community page. So they're going to, will be 9 a.m. our time, 8:45 and then 9 a.m. So what they're going to do is just give it enough of a delay so then they'll start putting that stuff up on the Warhammer community page. So what we're going to do is we are going to start streaming right away at 9 a.m. Well, probably about 8:55 a.m. That way we can have a little bit of a build up. And then as soon as 9 o'clock rolls around and they start updating everything on the website, we will instantly just start talking about it. And we will all get super excited and giddy and freak out and say, oh, we were right about this, or oh, we didn't expect that. Nobody expects the Inquisition, that sort of thing. So it's going to be, I mean, if you guys have seen me on some of the previews before, whenever we get to see these previews, like at Gamma or the Las Vegas Open, when they revealed a bunch of stuff and they get super excited and giddy, it's going to be a good time, especially at 9 o'clock in the morning when we're all tired. I'm going to be drinking a lot of coffee that morning just to be up and super excited. So we're going to cover that live while they're covering it live. So please join us and we can all be super excited, or we might all just be rolling our eyes like, really? That's your big reveal? Come on, Games Workshop. Nobody wants squats. So reset the clock. I seriously doubt it is the Plastic Thunderhawk either. So I know I reset the clock on that one. All right. So I'm going to keep this up so we can have it there. Let's talk about the sneak peeks coming for, or not sneak peeks. Let's talk about the Saga of the Beast. Now, like I said, this is me compiling all this stuff. I'm not going to have it up on the screen for you guys to see because it's very bad cut and paste patch job that I've done, and I didn't put the credits for, hey, I got this from Knights at the Game Table, or I got this from my source, or I got this from Spiky Bits. So I'm just going to keep it off screen, but I'm going to talk about it. So the first one up, it is some of the, I'm not going to go over all these. Well, maybe I will. We'll see. What's the time right now? Yeah, I can cover these. Let's talk about the stratagems for Space Wolves. The first one up, we all saw this on the Warhammer community page. Knowledge of the foe costs 0 command points. When a character, basically when an enemy character is destroyed in combat by a Space Wolf unit, you basically can burn this stratagem and gain a command point. That's only in the fight phase. And right now it looks like it'll be in both fight phases. So Touch of the Wild, 1 command point. And like I said, this is chopped down, so it's going to be a little, I might not understand all the, goodness, what do you call it? Synonyms and whatever acronyms that they put in here. So just bear with me. But a character, Touch of the Wild, 1 command point, character in close combat. Every hit of a 4+ gets an additional hit. We already saw that one on the webpage. On Facebook, we saw Death Grip Bite, 1 command point. Thunderwolf Cavalry, their teeth and claws now do 2 damage for that 1 command point. Fury of the Champions, 1 command point, +1 to hit for Terminators that phase. Vicious Executioners, 1 command point. Wolf Guard, wound rolls of 6 in melee versus infantry. He caused a mortal wound. Pack Hunters, 1 command point. When Fenrisian Wolves or Cyber Wolves fight near Space Wolf infantry or cavalry, they get to re-roll their hit rolls. That's actually really cool. Countercharge, 1 command point, 6-inch heroic intervention. Crushing Charge, more Thunderwolf Cavalry stuff for 1 command point. That unit can, each model within 1 inch equals. I'm not sure what PN 2 plus take a mortal wound. Um, it looks like whenever you make your charge roll, all enemy models within range of a Thunderwolf cavalry unit on a 2-up will take a mortal wound from the charge, kind of like Meteoric Strike. So then Storm Strike is 1 command point. Hellfrost, I guess you have to use the Hellfrost Destructor, +1 to hit, wound, and damage roll. Like I said, I'm sorry. I'm just trying my best to read these other people's notes on this stuff. So let's see here. I'm still looking at the rest of these. See, here's some relics. Mountain Breaker Helm, infantry character. After attacking, you get to roll a 2 plus for D3 mortal wounds. If it's a warlord that kills a character with this, counts as having done Deed of Legend. The Worm Splitter we already saw. That's that power axe. The Talisman of Storms, we saw that one as well on the website. Storm Song, Mastercrafted Stalker Bolt Rifle, which are always good to have. It's a heavy one, 36-inch range, strength 6, AP -3, D3 sniping, and Weird Bane, Rune Sword, strength +1, AP -4, D3 damage, can reroll wound rolls, and does flat 3 damage versus Psychers. Morkai's bolts or teeth bolts. That's a bad naming. It's a single shot for your bolt weapon. If it hits, you score mortal wound, and you get to reroll wound rolls of 1 this turn. Companion's Blade. It's a power sword or Mastercrafter power sword replacement. It's a strength +2, -3 AP, 2 damage. You get to reroll wound rolls if you're within 3 inches from a Space Wolf character. That's weird writing there. The Wolftail Talisman, that's one of the standard things that we've always seen throughout all the different Space Wolf codexes. This one, 18-inch aura, -2 to psychic test for enemies. Cool. I think before you got like a +1 to deny the witch, maybe. I can't remember. Adamantine Mantle, we've seen that. It's 5++. Feel No Pain. Runic Armor, 2+, 5+. So in 5+ invulnerable save, for you not familiar with that terminology. Digital weapons, we've seen that with everybody's getting that, and Mastercrafted weapon. So pretty cool so far. All right, so the Orc one, man, you're going to have to bear with me because there's a lot. I talked about this many times before, that they are going to be pushing for people to be taking those race-specific terrain pieces like the Orc Mech Shop. We're going to be seeing it. It's going to be it's very likely going to be happening just like it is in Age of Sigmar. They really want to push these because they're excellent terrain pieces, and they should be a part of the army. And this is where those rumors about the new edition, including a single fortification in your army, is going to be in those detachments like battalion and or brigade or vice versa. So just be watching for that. Do we know 100% for sure? No, but it's a good chance. All right, so if you take the Orc shop, there's some upgrades that you can give, some new ones. I am not going to read off all of these because they are is a very long list. But for 1 command point, you can give a custom per custom job from this strat. You can basically give vehicles anything that's on this list. As long as they fit. Like, you can't give a Blitza Gatler on say a buggy, because that's a Stompa weapon. But that Sizzly Rivets is one that you can do mortal wounds on targets. Corkscrew we saw. I can never pronounce all these different Orc vehicles, but immediately fight again after you consolidate move. So basically, they're encouraging you to take these mech shops, because not only those mech shops provide you other bonuses, but by taking them, you can be burning command points to boost up your vehicle, especially if you are a vehicle heavy army and you're using all those new buggies, the snaz wagon, or you know what I mean. This is going to be something you're going to want to take. Let me check chat real quick. All right, I'm going to take a drink of my coffee, and then we're going to go on to psychic powers. Oh, blessed coffee, I love you. All right, so once again, for those of you who are joining, because I see we've got more people joining, these are considered rumors. I have compiled them from Knights at the Game Table, Spiky Bits, from my sources, and from, I believe Goonhammer was the other one. I'm not putting them up on the screen because it is a patch job of things, and I did not type in who to give who screen credit. Mr. Doug said, had to step away for a second. Anything engine war related? The only thing engine war related right now, Mr. Doug, is, before I continue on, is a short story that is that just popped up today. It's kind of a cool short story, but nothing. This week is going to be a little light until this weekend. We'll probably see some stuff about Chaos Knights and Imperial Knights this week. Maybe kind of like a build-up that we saw with Saga of the Beast for the Orcs and the Space Wolves, but nothing just yet. We're going to be probably start seeing some more Lumineth stuff, but we're going to get to now. It'll probably be about a 2-week period where we'll probably see a little bit of updates about the 4 factions that are going to be in Engine War, but nothing rules related until we get to about 2 weeks out from the pre-order for Engine War. So we're probably about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks away from actually seeing some bona fide rules start dropping, probably along the lines of 3 weeks. But as soon as I have information, I'm sure as hell going to pass it on to you all. And we might even see some stuff this weekend. I imagine we might, Saturday might get a little bit of stuff that we know that's coming, and then we'll get a bunch of the other stuff. So going back to Orc Psychic Powers, looks like each of the major clans are going to get their own psychic power. The Goths getting the Bull Charge, basically charge rolls. If you rolled less than 7 inches after modifiers, counts as a 7. Visions, Evil Sons, Visions in the Smoke, Warp Charge 6 or 9. You get the reroll hit rolls for vehicles in 12 inches. Needs a 9 for vehicles with 18 plus wounds. So your Stampas, I think Morka and Gorkanods might be over 18 wounds. So that's cool. Reroll hit rolls. That's nice for Warp Charge 6 or 9. That's kind of harder. Death Skulls, Maniacal Seizure. Warp Charge 7. Enemy units within 18 inches is -1 to hit. And Deep Strikes, I think that's Deep Strikes have -1 AP against it. No, Death Skulls have -1 AP against it. Sorry. Bad Moons, Gleaming Gear, Warp Charge 6. You get a bonus to your saving throw for 1 unit in 18 inches. Okay, that's not too bad. Blood Axes, Clever Talk. We saw that one online on their Warhammer community page. Snake Bites, Constriction. That's fitting. Warp Charge 6. Enemy units within 12 inches. Half their attacks characteristic. That's actually really cool. That's actually a good one. I like that one. I don't know how often it's going to be used because not a lot of people play Snake Bites, but that's cool. Freebooters, I love it. Jolly Orc's Glare, Warp Charge 6. Enemy unit within 18 inches. Halves their move and -1 to advance and charge. That's really cool. So that's not too bad. I'm not going to complain about that. The next thing we're going to talk about subcultures. Now, if you are just like with chapter tactics, if you are choosing these subcultures, you do not retain your clan cultures. If I'm understanding what they were saying at Knights of the Adam was saying at Knights of the Game Table. So we already saw Pyromaniacs, that was on the webpage, and we saw Grot Mobs. So that's really cool. The Grot Mobs, I think, we might actually see, because you get 6 plus invulnerable saves and reroll hit rolls of 1 for vehicles, and I believe mech guns are considered vehicles, so that's really good. Hunters, which let's see here, infantry non-Gretchen within terrain features get a 5++. Entirely within or enemy entirely within terrain to gain +1 AP to range and close combat weapons. Man, I really hate when people condense stuff. I I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm passing on other people's information. This is not my information, but I wanted you guys to hear it. Boom Boys is another subculture. Improve the strength and AP of rocket, stick bombs, tank buster bombs, wing missiles, cannons, kill cannons, dev cannons, dabooma, and labas. Okay, that's actually not too bad. I could see that one happening. That actually is not too bad at all. Tin Eds, Crush and Crump, Killacan, Def Dreads, Morkanauts, Gorkanauts, and Stompas, +1 to hit roll in melee. Okay, I mean, that's actually not a bad subculture if you were, especially if you're running the Def Dreads that are, what are they, Red Suns, Evil Suns, and you're deep striking in those 3 Def Dreads and then having them sprint forward. They get that bonus movement, and now they're going to get a bonus. Oh, never mind. They wouldn't get it because they're not, they don't get their clan culture. But it still could be not too bad, though, if you're deep striking in 3 Def Dreads. That's not actually not too bad. +1 hit roll in melee. But they're already hitting on 3, so oh well. Feral Orcs, War Bosses, Weird Boys, Knobs, and Boys pile in 6 inches and roll 3 to pick the highest for advanced roll, their advanced movement roll. That's actually not too bad. They're Fly Boys. Fly units cover save for ranged. 1 inch away. If they're more than 1 inch away and -1 to hit in melee, that started. I don't know. I don't like the way that one reads. I'm sorry. That whoever typed that up just did a very bad job. There's Mad Boys, infantry plus bikes, not Grotz or Gretchen. Roll single D3 at the battle round at the beginning of the game. You can get a +1 armor save. You can get auto pass morale or +1 strength. So some cool stuff. Let me just check chat real quick. All right, I'm going to get on to this last part, and then that is it. We've covered some of these stratagems on the that are already on the web page, so I'm not going to talk about the awesome flying Edbutt or the clever spanner. The biggest boss is one that I think is going to be really, it's going to be pretty much chosen every time if you're not taking Gazcall. Pick a war boss. He gets +1 attack, +1 wound, a 4+ invulnerable save for 1 command point. Awesome. Pretty much an auto take if you're not running Gaz, which, by the way, Gazcall is 285 points. So that's a very beefy unit to be taking. So I can see people probably going for a cheaper war boss, but you never know. The cleverest boss, you can do 1 command point on a big mech, +1 attack, +1 wound. He gets a 2+ weapon skill. Kind of good. Grot Bumper, 1 command point. I'm not sure what that is, but something auto passes 1 save when opponent wounds it once. BDSW, I'm not sure what that is. I think that's one of their vehicles. Temperamental Shock Drive, 1 command point. Something auto advances with a 4+ after shooting. Oh, the shock jump dragsta. There we go. Auto advances 4+ after shooting. The Burning Highway, Burna, Exhaust. I'm guessing that's 10-inch range, strength 5, AP -1, damage 1. I'm really sorry, guys, that whoever typed this up, they should have just spelled things out a little bit better. Hit 'em harder is 1 command point. Mega Knobs get +1 damage in the fight phase. That's actually really good. They could use that little boost right there. Unstoppable Momentum, 2 command points. If you're charged, killed with mortal wounds in charge phase, you get to charge again. I'm not sure how that works. Wildfire, 1 command point. After Burnabombas, use another unit. Within 6 inches, you get to do 5+ mortal wounds. You know what? I'm just going to stop reading these because whoever put all this stuff just looks really bad. Um, oh, sorry, Epion, if you're on the YouTube side, I forgot to dual stream today. Um, yeah, the Black Library announcement was really awesome. So I'm sorry that those. Oh man, my camera just dipped down. I apologize about those sneaks. I did my best to cut and paste. A couple of those websites that I used, I'm not going to go back to using because if they can't spell out some of this stuff, it's like, come on, man. Um, oh well, at least they did it. And I have to appreciate. I should be a little bit appreciative that they had that, and I didn't. So what we're going to be covering on Tuesday or on Wednesday, guys and gals, is I think it's either 7 or 8 p.m. Watch for it on Facebook. We're going to cover Tales from the Loop RPG. It won't be as long as the Ultramodern 5, which, if you guys don't mind, I really super appreciate this. Head over to our YouTube channel, FMP Wargamers. Find the Ultramodern 5 video. Jump on it. You don't even have to watch the whole thing. If you just do me a big favor, jump on there, hit a like. If you want to leave a comment, great. If you want to watch the video, even better. It's really going to help us out. They were the owners or the creators were very kind to let us do a review of it, and I would really appreciate it. Now we are going to be covering, like I said, the Tales from the Loop on Wednesday. And we'll probably, once I figure out the audio thing, we'll watch the Amazon Prime show preview together, or trailer, and we'll talk right away about it. It will not be as long as that RPG because it is the Ultramodern, because it is not that bad. Phelps32 said, have you heard anything about the Dallas GT in May? I'm going to say right now, rumor-wise, because I have not gotten 100% confirmation, Phelps32, it looks like they are, since they're at the beginning of the May, this quarantine of not having a certain amount of events in Dallas during that, I think it's an 8-week period, they fall under that. From my understand, they are doing a workaround, trying to come up with another alternate way to still have the tournament, but I don't know all the details yet. I will find out. I've not been checking my messages from the Texas Championship Circuit Facebook chat group. I'll check on that and find out for you 100%. From what I understand, don't quote me, but from what I understand, right now the Dallas GT is not happening at the beginning of May. From what I understand, the San Antonio one, Alamo GT, which is I think the 3rd or maybe the 4th week of May, they are looking like they are going to still run their event. That could change. Same thing with War Games Con in July, and Desert Rat in El Paso at the end of June. Warzone Houston is in a weird state of flux as we are trying to, because of this going on, our hotel's not even responding to our messages so we can sign our contract to do this in October. I mean, it's this whole thing is first world troubles, really. Sorry, but as soon as I got some information about Dallas, I'll put it up on our Facebook page, or jump over onto their page. They might have already done an update for the Dallas GT. They might have already canceled it, if they're going to, but I suspect they are, unless all of a sudden something happens and Miracle Cure pops out like it did with swine flu after a month. So who knows? We might still see it, but I think they do have to cancel it. And I'm not saying it's being canceled, but there's always that chance that the Alamo GT could, since they're so close to that time frame. I think they're about 2 weeks after. They're within that. They're just a couple weeks after, and this could get extended. So just be aware of that. Just be watching their website. Don't be afraid to ask, hey, if I buy a ticket for your event and you have to cancel it, what do I get my money back? That sort of thing. So just reach out to them. Don't be afraid to reach out, send an email, wait a couple days to get a response, because we rely on you guys to come to our events so we can pay for the events to have you guys there. So definitely reach out to them, and we'll monitor the situation. On Wednesday's show, like I said, around 7, 8 o'clock on Central Time on Wednesday night, I'll at least have an update for you, and we can go from there. All right, stay safe, wash your hands, thoroughly wash your hands. Stop buying all the toilet paper. Stop buying up all the food. You don't need 12 pounds of ground beef for a family of 3. All right, gosh darn it, making me mad. I had to buy Impossible meat. All right, I had to buy that vegan meat, which actually wasn't too bad, by the way. But I'm still upset that I had to buy the vegan meat so I could have some sort of protein here. But it was good. So anyways, jump over to our YouTube page, like that Ultramodern 5 video. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. And if you guys don't mind, if you guys got a local RPG group, copy and paste that video link and have them watch it. Put it in your Facebook page or whatever. We're trying to get a bunch of exposure, not only for that, because now mind you, I'm not getting anything for myself or for the rest of FMP Wargamers for promoting the Ultramodern 5. I'm just very passionate about this RPG. This is a solid RPG, and I'd like to get as much word out and as much exposure as possible. And of course, by getting more clicks and likes and more people subscribing to our channel, it helps us out and gets us up to a level where we have so much exposure that companies will actually start giving us a little bit more preview information, maybe preview copies of stuff that we can go, hey guys and gals, look what we have for you. And since you guys have been so awesome in helping us promote the channel and getting more subscriptions and more likes and more views, we're going to be able to go over this whole preview with you guys and get more prize support. We can actually start doing contests to get prizes out to you guys. So you help us, we'll help you, and we'll meet in the middle somewhere. All right. Have a wonderful day. I know it's Monday, and you know I always say it, but enjoy your Monday. Treat it as in like it's the best day of the week. The rest of your week will be great. Stay safe, stay healthy. Pay attention to CDC warnings, your state warnings. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't be brave. Don't put on the false bravado. Don't be silly and stupid. Be smart. Y'all have yourself a wonderful day.